If you're going to be moving to South Louisiana, anywhere around the Baton Rouge area, if you're not from here, then you probably have no idea where to even start looking. Maybe you want to live in Baton Rouge where it's a little more crowded, but everything's happening. Or maybe you prefer living just on the outskirts of Baton Rouge where you can still be close, but not necessarily in the city. Or maybe you want to really get out where you can get into some more land and maybe a little bit more house for your money. If that's what you're trying to figure out, stick around, because in this video, we're going to be talking about every one of the parishes that make up the entire Greater Baton Rouge area. Here we go. Hey guys, Sean Ramos here and welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Louisiana, where we talk everything you need to know about moving to or living in Louisiana. So if that's what you're looking for, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell, because every week I'm putting out brand new videos just like this one. And I am a licensed realtor in the state of Louisiana. As much as I do love making these videos for you guys, what I really love is to help you with your real estate needs. So that number that's popping up on your screen right now is the best way that you can reach out to me. Always happy to help in any way I can. So if you have any specific questions or needs when it comes to making the move to Louisiana, don't hesitate to reach out. Okay, so let's talk about what makes up the Greater Baton Rouge area. So there are 9 different parishes, including East Baton Rouge Parish and the 8 parishes that surround it. Now, maybe you're not familiar with the term parish. If you're not from Louisiana, then you probably are used to hearing county. Just know that parish is Louisiana's version of county. Of course, we have to be different. The Baton Rouge metro area is the 2nd largest metro in Louisiana, of course, right behind New Orleans. As of the 2020 census numbers, there are about 870,000 people in the Greater Baton Rouge area. So Greater Baton Rouge is not a huge market. I think it's very much mid-sized. Baton Rouge is the primary city, and it's also the state capital, and it's located in East Baton Rouge Parish. It sits right on the Mississippi River, where we have the 10th largest port in the United States, which of course is great for the economy and good for local business. So we're going to start in East Baton Rouge Parish right in the middle, and then we're going to work our way around clockwise through every other parish in the Greater Baton Rouge area. Let's jump right into East Baton Rouge Parish. It accounts for more than half the population of the entire Greater Baton Rouge area. And being the most populous area means it also has the most going on. So East Baton Rouge is where you're going to find the Baton Rouge Metro Airport, the Baton Rouge Zoo. There are multiple universities and colleges, and they have a really great parks system that's ran by BREC and a really good public library system. And of course, you got some of the best shopping in the area. Town Center at Cedar Lodge is a really nice open air shopping center with tons of different shops and great restaurants. And you've got the Mall of Louisiana and of course Perkins Road, which is one of the more kind of upscale premier shopping locations in Baton Rouge. In addition to Baton Rouge, some of the other more densely populated cities are going to be Baker, Zachary, and Central. And then it gets a lot more rural as you get out to little towns like Greenville Springs and Pride. Some of the major highways in Louisiana pass right through East Baton Rouge Parish. So if you're coming from the west and you cross over the Mississippi River Bridge, you're going to be on I-10. And once you cross over the river, you're going to get to the 10-110 split. I-110 goes up to North Baton Rouge and I-10 continues east. And not far after that, you're going to get to the 10-12 split. So if you were to continue on I-10, that's going to go down and go straight to New Orleans. Or you can stay straight east on I-12, and that's going to run all the way over to Slidell, and it's going to connect up with I-10 again. And some of the other major highways that go through the parish, east to west is US 190 and north south is US 61. And there's a great mix of different housing options in East Baton Rouge Parish, from the little quaint historic neighborhoods to the more modern luxury master plan communities. And what's great is that the median home price in East Baton Rouge Parish is only $335,000. So compared to the US median price of about $420,000, it's really affordable to live in East Baton Rouge Parish. Okay, next up is Livingston Parish. Livingston Parish sits directly east of Baton Rouge. So if you drive on US 190 or I-10 straight east, You leave Baton Rouge and you go into Livingston Parish in Denham Springs. Livingston Parish is the second most populated parish in Greater Baton Rouge with around 142,000 people. So the major roadways that pass through Livingston Parish are going to be I-10 and US 190. And for the most part, the rest of it's just a bunch of back roads. Denham Springs and Walker are going to be the two biggest cities in the parish. And then there are a bunch of smaller towns scattered around like Livingston, Holden, Albany, French Settlement, Springfield, and Watson. 8% of the whole Livingston Parish area is made up of water. There are 400 miles of navigable waterways in the parish. And a decent chunk of that 8% is Lake Marpaw. So if you're into being on the water, Livingston Parish is probably a great option. A lot of people I talk to move to Livingston Parish for the schools. I actually just read an article yesterday that says 8 of the 9 high schools in Livingston Parish make the top 100 list in Louisiana. Some of the main attractions you'll find in Livingston Parish. You've got the LIGO Gravitational Wave Observatory. There's Bass Pro Shops, Juban Crossing Shopping Center. Then you've got Greystone Country Club and Carter Plantation for some of the nicest golf courses in the area. And of course you've got Tickfaw State Park, which is a really fun place to hang out for the family if you like camping, hiking, just playing, stuff like that. And you will find that the median home price is a little bit lower in Livingston Parish than East Baton Rouge Parish at about $292,000. Next up is Ascension Parish. So Ascension Parish is located just southeast of Baton Rouge. The main highways that pass through there are going to be I-10 and US 61, and both of those go straight from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. And either one of those highways that you travel to Ascension Parish on are going to take you right into Prairieville. Now, if Prairieville were incorporated, it would be the biggest city in Ascension Parish. Same goes with Denham Springs. A lot of people like Prairieville because of the close proximity to Baton Rouge and the great public schools. Now, Prairieville actually has a brand new, really big, nice high school being built as we speak, and it should be opening up sometimes next year. Now, right next to Prairieville, Gonzales is the actual largest city in Ascension Parish. And they are the self-proclaimed jambalaya capital of the world. And there are a lot of really cool things in Gonzales. Every May they have the Jambalaya Festival, and every year they have a balloon festival, so you can go check out everyone with their hot air balloons. And you'll also find the Tanger Outlet Mall in Gonzales with over 60 shops and restaurants. And there's Cabela's and the Lamar Dixon Expo Center. That's a multi-purpose event center that hosts different festivals, sports, concerts, and trade shows. Some of the other cities that you'll find in Ascension Parish are Dutchtown, Geismar, Sorrento, and Santa Ma. And those are all going to be on the east bank of the Mississippi River, but there's about 20% of Ascension Parish that sits on the west bank, and that's where you'll find Donaldsonville. Now, for a couple years in the 1800s, Donaldsonville was actually Louisiana's state capital. And now you'll find a large collection of historic structures. There are an estimated 640 structures that date back from 1865 to 1933. Now, it is going to be a little bit pricier to live in Ascension Parish than Baton Rouge or Livingston Parish, with a median home price of about $370,000. All right, now we're going to Iberville Parish. If you zoom out and look on the map, you'll see that there's a lot of land, but not a whole lot of roads, and there's about 3,000 miles of waterways. The main highways that pass through Iberville Parish are going to be I-10 and Highway 1. Some of the towns you'll find on the west bank of the Mississippi River are Maringouin, Grosse-Tete, White Castle, and Plaquemine. Then over on the east bank, you've got St. Gabriel, Carville, and Sunshine. And there's not a lot going on over there, but there are some like industrial plants located right along the Mississippi River, along with some residential areas. Now, one of the great things is you don't actually have to drive all the way up to the interstate to get across the Mississippi River from down here. There is a ferry in Plaquemine that'll take you right across. So let's talk a little bit about Plaquemine. So it's a nice little historic town with a lot of cool architecture. Downtown Plaquemine is just a fun place to just walk around and take it all in. Also in Iberville Parish, you're going to find Sherburne Wildlife Management Area. It's owned by the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, and it's managed as one with the Atchafalaya National Wildlife Refuge, and then also some land that's owned by the Army Corps of Engineers. All in all, those three make up over 43,000 acres of land, but only a portion of that falls in Iberville Parish. But because of those things, this is a great place if you're into hunting and trapping, or if you like camping. And Sherburne also has a shooting range, so you can take out your rifle or your pistol, you can do some skeet shooting or archery. Now, it's going to be pretty affordable to live in Iberville Parish, with a median home price of only around $195,000. Right now, as I'm making this video, out of all the active listings that are available right now, the highest price listing is $450,000. And that gets you almost a 4,000 square foot house with 6 bedrooms and 4 baths. Okay, now we're heading up to West Baton Rouge Parish. West Baton Rouge Parish is just west of Baton Rouge, right across the Mississippi River. Some of the main highways that pass through are I-10, US 190, and Highway 1. Area-wise, this is the second smallest parish in the whole Greater Baton Rouge area, with a population of a little over 27,000 people. Some of the cities you're going to find in West Baton Rouge Parish. Port Allen is the parish seat, and that's where you're going to find things like the Mississippi Riverfront Development. And a lot of fun festivals like the Port Allen bonfires on the Mississippi River, Sugar Fest, the West Baton Rouge Parish Fair, and the Kite Fest Louisiana. And Port Allen's also home to the State Capitol Raceway up near Irwinville, so if you're into drag racing, probably a really fun place to check out. Now, if you head south from Port Allen down Highway 1, you're going to find towns like Addison, Bruley. And then a lot of the land down in the southwest part of the parish is just uninhabitable timberland. Now, the median home price in West Baton Rouge Parish, not that bad at around $290,000. All right, now we're heading up to Pointe Coupee Parish. Pointe Coupee Parish is just northwest of Baton Rouge and has a population of right around 21,000 people. And to the east, it's bordered by the Mississippi River, and to the west, it's bordered by the Atchafalaya River. New Roads is going to be the most well-known town in Pointe Coupee Parish. But you'll also find some other small historic towns like Lettsworth, Fordoche, Morganza, and Livonia. Pointe Coupee is actually one of the oldest settlements in the lower Mississippi River Valley. It's home to several plantation estates and old historic sites and museums. And it's a great place for hunting, fishing, and boating. The False River and Old River are two really popular places. Okay, a couple fun facts about Pointe Coupee Parish. Pointe Coupee actually means cutoff point, and that was noted in an exploratory trip up the Mississippi River in 1699. It's the birthplace of Louisiana public education. There are 3 public schools that date all the way back to the year 1811. They have the 3rd oldest Mardi Gras celebration in Louisiana. They normally host 4 parades every year. And the town of New Roads was actually named after a new road which was built by the Spanish back in 1776 that went from the False River to Mississippi. So you've got a lot of history here. Now, Pointe Coupee is a very rural area in what I think of as country. There are 591 acres of area in Pointe Coupee, but a lot of that's going to be prairies and back swamp. Now let's talk about home prices in Pointe Coupee. When we factor in the homes that are on the water, like on False River, those tend to get a little bit more pricey. So you're looking at a median home price in the parish of around $399,000. Next stop, West Feliciana Parish. West Feliciana Parish is located just east of Pointe Coupee Parish, right on the other side of the Mississippi River. And they've got a population of only around 15,000 people. So West Feliciana is bordered to the west by the Mississippi River, to the east by Thompson Creek, and the north border is the Louisiana-Mississippi state line. St. Francisville is going to be one of the most well-known towns in the parish, and it's the quintessential small town. St. Francisville is actually a little bit of a tourist destination. They focused on the restoration and the preservation of some of the town's historic homes. So there are a number of restored historic plantations that are open to the public for tours. West Feliciana Parish is home to a lot of sandy bottom creeks and windy back roads. And those windy roads will lead you to a nature preserve or a cypress swamp, historic homes, or a bluff overlooking the river. And West Feliciana Parish is great for outdoor activities. Things like bird watching or canoeing or biking. And it's home to Tunica Hills Wildlife Management Area. There you can hunt, you can go camping, or you can go hiking. And it's actually pretty hilly, so there are some good elevation changes. Or you can even go horseback riding. And in West Feliciana Parish, you're going to find the town of Angola. And they're home to the Louisiana State Penitentiary. And while you don't want to find yourself living there, you may want to make a visit because they actually do have a really popular rodeo every year. Some of the major highways that pass through West Feliciana Parish. US 61 goes north-south, and then Highway 10 goes from St. Francisville to Jackson, Louisiana. And be ready to open up your checkbook if you want to live in West Feliciana Parish, because the median home price is about $492,000. A lot of people that I talk to that want to live in St. Francisville want to live there because they have just really pretty property. There's rolling hills and you can get a house with a lot of land. And there are a few properties active right now that are $1 million plus. And there's actually one that's listed for $4 million right now, and that'll get you about 3,000 square feet on 42 acres of land. Next on the list is East Feliciana Parish. Just north of Baton Rouge, you'll find East Feliciana Parish with a population of around 20,000 people. Some of your major highways that pass through East Feliciana Parish, you've got US 61 that just kind of cuts through the corner. Highway 19 travels north-south, and Highway 10 travels east-west. East Feliciana is bordered by Thompson Creek to the west and the Amite River to the east. And again, there's a lot of history in little towns like Jackson and Clinton. In Jackson, the Centenary State Commemorative Area was a college back in the Civil War era. And in Clinton, there's a historic courthouse that goes back to 1840 that's said to be the oldest courthouse in continuous use today. East Feliciana is very rural, but it's very sought after. You can find some really nice homes on a lot of acreage in towns like Slaughter, Ethel, and Clinton. Now right now there aren't a lot of homes for sale, but the median home price is about $415,000. And just like West Feliciana Parish, there are several homes that are over $1 million. All right, our last stop is going to be St. Helena Parish. St. Helena Parish is another very rural area. It's located northeast of Baton Rouge, just on the other side of the Amite River. There are not a lot of major roads that pass through St. Helena Parish, but more towards the northern side, you've got Highway 10, and then towards the southern end, you've got Highway 16. And you'll find some small towns scattered throughout the parish like Pine Grove, Greensburg, and Montpelier. Now, in Montpelier, back in the day, you would find the famous Bear Creek Saloon. But about 10 years ago, it was destroyed by a fire and they never rebuilt. All that's left now is the Bear Creek Western Store, which is worth a visit. Now, if you want a little getaway, you can head over to Natalbany Creek Campground in St. Helena Parish. They've got cabin rentals or RV spots if you have a camper. There are a lot of fun activities for the family, like mini golf. There's an arcade. You can go fishing, there's a swimming pool, or you can play basketball or volleyball. Now, there are very few active listings for sale in all of St. Helena Parish, and the median home price is right around $217,000. So you can get a lot of house for your money in St. Helena Parish. I actually just sold a house in Greensburg for $371,000, and this was a 3,000 square foot house on 2 acres. It had a separate outbuilding. It could be used for storage or a mother-in-law suite or offices. Had a really nice boat port, and in the backyard there was this line of beautiful live oak trees that provided a lot of shade for the back of the house. Anywhere else, this house could have easily went for probably around $500,000, but in St. Helena Parish, someone got it for $371,000. All right, so I hope this clears things up a little bit. If you're moving to the area, maybe this will at least provide you with a starting point. But if you're making that move after you watch this video, the first thing you need to do is pick up the phone and give me a call at the number that's on your screen right now. Happy to help you get all the information that you need to make a decision on where you want to be. I'm here to be a reference for you for anything real estate related that you need, so don't hesitate to reach out. I am the guy that replies to every single call, text, or email that comes through. And if you haven't done it yet, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, because every week I'm putting out brand new videos just like this one, and I want to make sure you get notified every time a new one comes out. Let me know if there's anything that I can do for you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on the next video.